today, for the World in One City, we're looking at Mozambique, and we're with Aga in Divertimenti, and today we're cooking with Grant Hawthorne from African Volcano. Grant, how are you? What are we going to cook today?
Today we're going to be doing a Trinxado.
Trinxado?
Yes, yeah. It's a Portuguese-inspired Mozambique dish of beef fillet, which is marinated in some peri-peri, and then flash fried. You add a little bit of stock to it, reduce it down, add some double cream, finish it off, and you serve it with game chips, which are the round cut chips, and some bread just to mop it all up.
That sounds quite rich and lovely.
We have aged beef fillet, some olive oil, some peri-peri sauce and peri-peri marinade, Maldon salt, cracked black pepper, some peri-peri spice rub, bay leaves, Amalfi lemon, garlic, clarified butter. That's a pre-marinated Trinxado, beef fillet, potatoes, peri-peri bread, chicken jus, and double cream.
The items that we're using for cooking today is the Aga Burn Days pan, the removable handle so it can go into the oven. It's very lightweight, it's made of aluminium with ceramic bond up the top for no stick and no discoloration. And we're also using the chef-in mandolin. So Grant, tell me a bit about the food from Mozambique. What makes it Mozambique food?
Well, the Mozambique food tends to be a lot spicier as well. They use a chili called Peri-Peri, which is the derivative of Peri-Peri.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so that's where that comes from. So it'd be an African bird's eye chili.
Hot?
It's about 150,000 Scoville units, which is, yeah, it's a medium heat.
Is there a big Portuguese influence with Mozambique?
Massive. It was Portuguese East Africa. So that's where the peri-peri comes from, whereas peri-peri is the Portuguese, peri-peri is East Africa.
Okay, so tell me a bit about your sauces. This is your own company,
that's correct,
African Volcano.
Yep.
I see you've won some great taste awards.
Yes.
I've judged for those, and to get a 2-star is a big thing, so well done.
Thank you.
Tell me about your sauces. Do you make them yourself?
I do indeed, yes. Yeah, I make it all from home, and then I supply it up and down the country from Isle of Skye down to Kent.
Good coverage.
Yep.
And I believe you're in a market every weekend?
I'm at Maltby Street on a Saturday, yeah.
That's a nice market beside Tower Bridge.
Yeah.
Are they very hot?
They're a proper medium, so what you'll have, you'll use the marinade as a base, and you'll use the sauce to reinforce, and the lemon to finish.
Okay. Right, so let's go and make the Trinxado.
Trinxado. Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to marinate up the beef fillet. We'll cut it into nice and chunky. So just nice and chunky pieces of the beef, because you're going to be searing it, and then you're going to be removing it from the pan, allowing it to rest, and then you're going to return it to the actual sauce.
Okay. So you've got the beef.
So we've got the beef there. Just going to season up with a little bit of, there's a mixture of paprika and whatnot in it. Take a little bit of the marinade.
Right.
And you give it a good old coating.
It's a great colour.
Yeah. So give it a good old coating there.
How long does it need to marinate for?
This ideally 72 hours, but if you're time short, 6 hours.
It's a great smell.
Yeah, yeah. So we need to add a little bit of garlic in, some bay leaves, and that's it.
Okay.
Okay. If you just give me a moment, I'm just going to go and wash my hands.
Sure.
Yep. You just take a couple of cloves of garlic, just two or three large cloves. You can either crush them or chop them. Yeah. We'll just move that off. There. Give them a good rough chop. You don't want it completely sliced or diced.
Is there a lot of garlic in Mozambique cooking?
Very much so. Very much so. There's a lot of chili. There's a lot of garlic. It's quite an interesting culture. They have a lot of fish. Fish is a massive thing there. Chicken is huge, obviously, as well. And this is just one of their more refined dishes. It's a very, very rustic cuisine. So you got that. You've got your bay leaves. You add that in. Give it a good old
mix it through.
Yep.
And into the fridge to marinate.
And that's it. Yeah. Straight into the fridge. That marinade's up then for 6 hours minimum.
Okay, Grant, what we'll do is we'll take this, it's just a cover to keep the inside of the lid clean while we're frying.
Okay.
put that on there.
Fantastic. We're going to do, well, we're just going to get this pan smoking hot, so you can hold your hand there. If it's going to be hot enough, you should be able to hold there for about 3 to 4 seconds. A little bit of olive oil goes in, and then some clarified butter.
Okay, why are we adding oil and clarified butter?
Well, you want the flavor of the butter, but you don't want it to burn. So the oil just allows it to cook at a much higher temperature.
This is for flavor.
Very much so.
Okay.
You can see there all the smoke's coming off.
hot.
Very much so. And then it's flashing very, very quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put it in.
Yep. Just be careful as you are putting them in as well. Because of the amount of fat that's in there, it can splash back.
And then we get ready to turn them?
Very much so, yeah. With a pair of tongs. You just lift it up there and you can see
Oh, beautifully done.
for the caramelization. So that's all you're wanting. You just want a little bit of caramelization on it, and then you're going to pull it off.
Okay.
It's absolutely stunning.
Beautiful.
Yep. And then we're going to rest it for a little bit in the tray. Add everything else and reduce it right down. And then we're going to eat.
Okay. So is that done now?
Very much so.
Okay. You could also fry it on the floor of the roasting oven. It's the same temperature as the boiling plate, and the smoke and the smells will go outside as the auger vents to the outside.
So we're going to add a little bit of chicken jus into that.
Do you want it a bit cooler, or do
No,
you
it's
need
fine.
that heat?
That's fine.
Okay.
Everything's really, really, really quick.
So it's hot and fast.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells fantastic. It's really rich.
To this then we add the sauce, because the sauce you're then going to reinforce all those flavors.
Right.
So you're going to give it a decent dollop there. You're going to correct the seasoning with some molten salt. And
Cracked black pepper.
And cracked black pepper.
Okay.
And obviously if you're on diet, this is something that you won't be adding in.
That looks good.
You reduce that down so it can coat the back of a spoon.
So it's quite syrupy and thick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people like to add a fresh squeeze of lemon into it. I don't. But the lemon does actually cut through a lot of the fat. And that is pretty much it. There you go.
It smells absolutely fantastic. Bubbling away nicely.
It's bubbling
We'll leave
away.
that to reduce.
Yep, that has reduced enough there. We now add the meat in.
Oh, that's thickening up nicely.
Just make sure all the meat is then covered, so it's got a good coating. It will then carry on cooking. Obviously, right in the beginning we cooked it really quickly, so it would have been quite blue.
Okay.
It's now going to cook to about medium rare.
Right.
That is the stage there. Taste it just to make sure you've got enough seasoning in it. Beautiful.
So we're making some game chips?
We are going to be making game chips. We're going to slice it on the mandolin. Just really, really quickly. You don't need to have a very thick setting.
Okay, is one type of potato better than another for this?
If you can get the ancient cultivars, even better. These are Desiree. They come up quite nicely. They're quite firm. You can do the triple cooked version where you boil the potato first, blanch it at 130 degrees, and then you fry it at 190 degrees.
Okay.
We're not going to do that today because we're just going to go straight in.
But they go extra crispy.
Very much so. So these are just going to be served in on the side, and then you season them up with a little bit of salt. That's it.
Okay, and then we fry them.
Yep.
So Grant, we're just warming through again on the simmering plate on the auger.
Yep.
Okay, the sauce is reduced.
Yeah.
The game chips are done.
And then we're going to serve it with a little bit of bread afterwards as well. So you're just going to drain the game chips, season it up with a little bit of salt.
Away we go. Right,
And then we eat.
so let's get that done. So this is boiling nicely.
Thank you very much.
The salt.
Here we go. So you can see here it's got a good coating of all the sauce.
It's very shiny.
Very much so. That's the butter in it. That's also the double cream. And then you're just going to nappe a little bit of the sauce over it. Just like that. A few of the game chips. There you go.
And some bread to mop up the juices with.
Absolutely.
Well, let me try that bit. That is beautiful. Thank you, Grant.
Thank you. Thank you very much.